Hello guys, you are most welcome in Easy Economics session once again. In today's video, we are going to discuss the questions related to LPG, MNCs and FDI. It is going to be very helpful for all the students. Hope you all are doing well. So let's start. Question number 1. The process in which attempts are made by the different countries in the world to allow free flow of goods and services, labor, technology, investments, etc. is known as. So what is this concept, guys? It's a very important term. We all are following this. This particular question is related to the chapter LPG. LPG is not the gas one we are talking about. It is the economic policy. So this particular statement is related to globalization concept. So option C is the right answer. What is globalization? Globalization is nothing but the integration of the national economy to the world economy. Okay, so to integrate with the world economy, it is important to allow the movement of goods and services, labor, technology, investment in all the countries. So this is globalization. Question number 2. Which year the concept of LPG was introduced in economic policy of India? Very important question. We are discussing the concepts related to LPG. LPG, the concept was introduced in India which year? It was a very significant year in Indian economy. It was a very crucial year, you can say, because India was facing economic crisis, severe economic crisis. The year was 1991. Since India was in the grip of economic crisis, and for that purpose, the economic reform started by the government in the new economic policy that was announced in 1991. And in that policy, the concept of LPG was introduced. What is LPG? L for liberalization, P for privatization, and G for globalization. So correct option is D. Now we'll see the question 3. Eliminating government restrictions or barriers from economic activities is known as. So options are given, whether it is globalization, liberalization, investment or protection. So what will be the correct answer here? The correct answer is liberalization, option B. Liberalization means providing the freedom to the Indian companies, to the domestic companies. And that's why government started reducing the restriction and barriers from the Indian industries. And that is known as liberalization policy. Question number 4. Which of the following best defines a multinational corporation? This question is related to MNC chapter. You must have studied this chapter. Very simple concept. MNC, the concept defines itself. MNC is multinational corporation. So what is that? How can you define it? We'll see the options one by one. A company that exports to many countries. B, a large company that imports from many countries. C, a company that operates in many different countries. D, a company that produces goods and services for a large market. So what will be the correct option, guys? Yes, the correct option is C, a company that operates in many different countries. MNC is also known as TNC, that is Transnational Corporation. It is the business unit that operates simultaneously in different countries of the world. Question number 5. Which of the following is not an example of Indian MNC? There are 4 options given. All are MNCs. You have to find out which one is not the Indian MNC. It means other are Indian MNCs. So option A, ITC. Yes, ITC is the Indian MNC. Second is IBM. Third is Videocon. D is Tata Motors Limited. So what will be the correct option here? ITC is Indian MNC. IBM is the correct option, option B, because IBM is the US multinational, and in India it started its working in 1992. Videocon is also Indian MNC, and Tata Motors Limited, a very important Indian MNCs. So correct option is B. Question number 6. Which of the following methods would not attract FDI into a country? This question belongs to FDI chapter, very important chapter. We all know the importance and role of FDI in any country's economic growth and development. So every country, especially developing country, wants to attract more and more FDI in their country. So government takes number of steps to attract FDI. So here you have to find out which one does not attract FDI. So we'll see all the options here. Option A, tax concession and subsidies. Yes, if tax concession and subsidies are provided, then FDI will be attracted to the country. So A is not the correct option. B, grants and low interest loan. Yes, this also attract FDI in the country. C, relaxed regulations and reduced restrictions. Definitely this promotes the FDI in the country. Option D, political instability and uncertainty. Yes, this is the correct option, D. If there is political disturbance in the country, there is instability in the situation and uncertainty in the environment, then FDI will not be attracted. No investors will be ready to invest in such type of country. So D is the correct option here. Question number 7. Which of the following best describes the term foreign direct investment or FDI? We'll see the option. A, when a country makes an investment into a company. B, when a domestic country invests into its own companies. C, when a company makes an investment into a foreign country. D, when foreign individuals invest in their own domestic stock markets. So what will be the correct option here? Very simple. You can find out the correct option easily. Option C, when a company makes an investment into a foreign country. Guys, FDI, as name suggests, it is an investment by individual or companies in other country, in foreign countries. It can be either in the form of establishing business operations or acquiring business assets in a foreign country. So this is known as foreign direct investment. Question number 8. What is horizontal FDI? Very important question. There are different classification of FDI. According to one classification, there are two types of FDI. It is horizontal FDI and vertical FDI. Here the question is asking about horizontal FDI. So what is that? We'll look at the options. A, FDI into industry that provide inputs to the firm. B, FDI into the industry that uses the firm's output. C, long-term lending to a firm. D, establishes the same type of business operations in a foreign country as it operates in its home country. So what will be the correct option that defines horizontal FDI? If we look at the first option, this is the example of vertical FDI. FDI into industry that provide inputs to the firm. This is backward vertical FDI. Second is the example of forward vertical FDI. Third option is related to lending to a foreign firm. Fourth option is the right one that defines horizontal FDI. When a business company operates in its own country and in the same process it starts in other country, means the operating process is the same in other country also, then that type of investment is known as horizontal FDI. So the correct option is D. Question number 9. Which of the following is not one of the benefits of FDI? You must be knowing the advantages of FDI. You have to find out which one is not the benefit of FDI. So option A, culture of consumerism. Culture of consumerism is the right answer here, because this is not the benefit but this is the demerit of the FDI in host country. Second option, third option and fourth option, infrastructure development, transfer of technology and sectoral development. All these are the advantages or benefits of foreign direct investment in host country. So the correct option is A. Question number 10. Which of the following is the advantage of MNCs? Here you have to find out the advantage of MNCs. Option A, direct and indirect employment generation. Yes, definitely. This is the advantage of MNCs. MNCs promotes direct as well as indirect employment in the host country. B, increased competition. Definitely MNC increases the level of competition. C, industrial expansion. Bulk of output is produced and it is spreaded in all over the world. So definitely this is the advantage of MNCs. So we can say all three options are correct. So the right answer is D, all the above. Question number 11. FIPB stands for. It is very important term in the FDI chapter. FIPB. What is the full form of FIPB? We'll look at the option. First option, Foreign Investment Promotion Board. Yes, this is the correct statement regarding FIPB. This is the full form of FIPB. So the correct option is A. This FIPB was set up in 1991 and the main objective was to promote the process of foreign direct investment in the country. Simultaneously, you should know that this board, promotion board, is abolished now and it was abolished in 2017. Question number 12. Which country has been the highest source of FDI to India in the financial year 2020? Guys, you must be knowing which all those countries are there that contribute in the Indian FDI flow. So if you look at the options, Japan, USA, Singapore and Mauritius, all these are our good partners and they are contributing significantly in foreign direct investment. We have to find out in financial year 2020 which was ranked 1 in the field of FDI. So in 2020 it was the Singapore who contributed maximum in foreign direct investment in India. If we see the position of other countries, Japan is also our good partner and in 2020 it ranked 5th. USA hold the 4th rank and Mauritius hold the 2nd rank. In the 3rd rank, I'll tell you for your knowledge sake, in the 3rd rank it is Netherlands. So all these are our good partners for the foreign direct investment. So option C is the correct answer. Question number 13. What is Greenfield FDI? Again, another classification of FDI. It is one is known as Greenfield FDI, another is Brownfield FDI. So you have to find out what is Greenfield FDI. We'll see the statement. First, when an MNC starts a new venture by constructing new operational facilities in the host country. B, investment in already constructed operational unit. C, investment in environment project. And D, none of these. So what will be the correct answer here, guys? It is a very important kind of investment and India is leading in such type of investment. So greenfield investment is what? The first option is the correct one. When an MNC starts a new venture by constructing new operational facilities in the host country. When an MNC starts any project or venture from the zero by constructing all the operational facilities at the initial level, so that is known as greenfield investment. While the second option denotes the brownfield FDI. Brownfield investment means the investment that is done in already constructed or already existing operational unit. So this is the basic difference between greenfield investment and brownfield investment you should know. Question number 14. Which one is not the disadvantages of MNCs? Option A, environmental degradation. Yes, definitely this is the disadvantage of MNCs, because MNCs are totally profit oriented and sometimes they ignore the environmental rule of the host country. So they are responsible for environmental degradation. B, political pressure. Yes, this is also the demerit of MNCs, because MNCs influence the politics and it increases the political pressure in the country. C, export of profits. Yes, this is also the disadvantage of MNCs, because MNCs export all the profits of their firm in their own country. D, research and development. This is the advantage of MNC. MNCs promotes research and development in the host country as well. So correct option is D. Question number 15. Which is correct regarding objective of privatization? You must have studied the terms LPG, liberalization, privatization and globalization, that was introduced in Indian economy in 1991. What was the objective of privatization? First, raise funds from disinvestment. Yes, definitely this was the main objective, one of the objectives of privatization. Second, increase the efficiency of government organizations. Yes, because of that privatization was needed, since government units and enterprises were not working properly, and that's why it was decided to hand over it to private sector. So this is also the objective of privatization. Third, create healthy competition. Yes, all the enterprises should work efficiently, and that's why it creates healthy competition among the different enterprises. So all three are the objectives of privatization. So the correct option is D. So guys, I hope you have understood the concepts related to LPG, FDI and MNCs. Keep on learning. Have a nice day. Thank you.